Hey beautiful people, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another new makeup releases video. Yes, we're just going to pretend like it hasn't been a month since I filmed one of these. Okay, let me start over. Whew. Hey beautiful people, what is up? Welcome back to my corner of the interwebs and welcome to another new makeup releases video. I know, it's been a minute and I apologize. It's not that I haven't wanted to talk about everything that's been happening, but I've actually been traveling for the last couple of weeks, and when I travel, it gets very hard for me to film. You guys know, I have a 9 to 5. I work her regular, smegular job, so when it comes to filming, it's when I can, you guys. So my travel leg has kind of stopped for now, so I'm excited to get back into like filming per usual, and this is one of my favorite videos to film because I just get to talk about all of the new makeup releases. Full transparency, I am in no mood to shop, so I'm not buying nothing. I ain't spending no kind of money on nothing. So that's kind of the lens that I'm going into this with, but I will try to sprinkle in, as I typically do, my thoughts on like how these products will sell, whether they'll go on sale, whether you should wait, how you can get the best price, all that fun jazz. So let me go ahead, scooch to the side so I can insert some photos, and let's just dive right in. I'm also waiting for some food to thaw so I can have like lunch. So I'm having this acai bowl from Aldi. Have you guys tried this before? It's supposedly like all organic and all from lab. Well, it's breakfast. Okay, so we're gonna start off with makeup on your radar page. And I'm going to jump around per usual and skip things that I am not interested in talking about. So first thing we have is a new release from Floating Lantern Co. I have never heard of this company, ever. And I'm on a no new brands kind of kick vibe, so am I really that interested? Not quite. But this is their City of Stars eyeshadow palette. It looks like there's 12 shades. 4 mattes, 4 duochromes, 4 multichromes. I don't see a price, and I want to know the price, because then, you know, price changes everything. In this economy, we need to know prices. Okay, so I'm back. I had to take that call. It was my dad calling, because somebody hit my car yesterday, and of course, what you do when somebody hits your car, you call your dad. So I called him this morning. I was like, somebody hit my car. Well, I texted him and he called me, but I was in church. And I was like, somebody hit my car. So he was calling me back. Yeah, it's just, I'm so annoyed. So annoyed. I'm trying to get over it. I'm hoping that one of my neighbors has it on like their Ring doorbell so I can see who hit my car. Because who has the time or the money to be fixing things that they didn't break, you know? Just, anyways, let's keep on moving. Clarity Cosmetics has their Mermaid palette. I think that this is a new release, but it looks very familiar. And these are blues, purples, pastel-y looking kind of shades. Excuse me, I'm not interested in these at all. Not exactly excited by it in any means. Oh, this is cute. So RMS has their new Hydra Setting Powder. Oh, but not this price. Oh, that's because it's RMS and not REM. I thought it was REM Beauty. RMS lost me once they did that bronzer that made me look gray. I was like, it's okay. Y'all can keep whatever it is you're selling. So they have a setting powder, $42. I think that's expensive. But who knows anymore, right? Okay, so Fenty hair. You guys, Rihanna is giving us hair products. Okay. Y'all. I don't know what to say. I'm just like, okay. I want to say Rihanna's not known for her hair, but she kind of is because she used to change her hair all the time. I mean, granted, they were all wigs or weaves to my knowledge, but that doesn't mean that she shouldn't get into the hair care business. I personally don't care. I think it makes sense. I think her brand is going to continue to expand. Like, she's done everything, right? She's done skincare, she's done makeup, she's done lingerie. Like, hair care makes sense at this point. She's even done body care. So, like, yeah, it's just an expansion of, like, what I think the Rihanna / Fenty empire is going to become. And it's under LVMH, so I can see them wanting to continue to, like, just grow and grow and grow. So, depending on the price, I might try a few things. But given that Fenty has always kind of set themselves up as a high-end brand, I don't think it'll be cheap, and I'm not necessarily in the market for anything right now, but I am curious. What I was also curious about, and what we finally have like a re-release or re-release date of, is the new Cleona collection. So these, to my knowledge, came out several years ago, and it looks like they've revamped them. I don't know if they've reformulated, but this is a re-release of something that came out several years ago. At least that's what I heard from you guys. So there are 3 palettes: Paleo, Archeo, I think that's how it's pronounced, and Oceano. These are pretty. I will say that. These are really nice. And in some regards, I am interested in at least 2 of them. But also, it does look a little chaotic to my eyes. I don't know if it's how it's arranged or what, but something about it looks a little bit like chaos. But also like pretty chaos. So I'm intrigued. I don't think I'm going to pick up any of these. They will be available July 5th, but I don't see a price yet. So if anybody knows how much these are going to cost, let me know. If you follow Cleona, you know that the brand is not cheap. Like, their singles are really, really expensive. So I'm curious as to whether or not this will be on par with like all of the singles added together. What is the formulation? It looks like these are all just standard metallics. There might be a duochrome, multichrome in there, but it looks like just standard metallics to me. So maybe that will help keep these relatively cheap. Hopefully. We have a new 5-pan, or was that a quint, from Byredo, Desert Road. You guys know I love the Byredo formula, but I don't believe in picking up the mini pans because I think value-wise, it's not worth it. And considering that I have their 3 large palettes, which I'm positive I can probably find dupes of these shades in there, because this is just a basic neutral palette, there's no reason for me to pick this up. And if I'm not mistaken, these are up there with like the Tom Ford pricing of palettes, so, or maybe like the Dior pricing. So definitely like $60 to $80, maybe $90, which is just a little too much for me. Lancome has a new lip balm. I personally don't believe in paying makeup prices for lip balms. It's a lip balm, which means that it has little to no color to it. It's just hydrating, get Vaseline. And I still feel the same here. So it's available on Sephora right now, and it's $32 a piece. $32 for a lip balm is insane, in my opinion. So definitely not interested in that whatsoever. We have new from Patrick Ta. This is the highlighter duo. So it looks like there's a cream and a powder highlighter. I just don't think Patrick Ta is a brand for me. It's nothing about the brand. I just feel like it's just not mine. Which is a very weird way of phrasing that, I understand. I'm just saying that it's not my aesthetic, it's not my vibe. The products that they produce just doesn't suit my makeup style. And this is no different. So I've never been interested in their duos. I did pick up one of their limited edition long palettes, and I've never used it. I need to sell it. It's just stupid that it's just sitting there for so long. Never touched it, never swatched it. It's just sitting there looking pretty. And this sort of cream powder duo is just, it's not for me. It is available now on Sephora, and it's $40 a piece, which probably isn't that bad when you think about it, because it's $20 for a cream highlighter and $20 for a powder highlighter. So not a bad price overall, I guess, but again, that's not the brand for me. Notoriously Morbid has some new lipsticks. Notoriously Morbid, I don't want to see anything from them until they ship my package that I ordered in April. Just saying, just saying. I don't care what they have to release. I just want to know when are they going to ship my April order. Oh, this is interesting though. e.l.f. has a new gloss that has SPF 25 in it. This I want. Oh, and it's $7. Okay. I'm an island girl. I'm used to being out in the sun. And yes, I do wear sunscreen. But the first time I got sunscreen, like sunburn on my lips, was when I went to Trinidad last year. I went home. And I woke up and I was like, what is going on? Sunburn on my lips. That I had never even thought was possible. So now I have been looking into like sunscreen or lip balms that have sunscreen in them. And I think I'm going to pick up one of these, maybe 2. Because yeah, this is an excellent idea. It looks like it's SPF 25, which is a decent amount, I think, for lips. Buildable color with high shine finish. So you're going to get a little bit of a tint to the lips too, because it's not just an oil, it's a actual sunscreen. So it's an actual like gloss. So you're going to get some color there. It has a coconut scent, and it has vitamin E in it. So I think this is a great idea. Definitely planning to pick that up. Oh, Nomad has a new thing coming? Why did I not know this? Am I getting this in PR? Y'all, I didn't know Nomad has a new palette coming out. So it looks like the launch date is going to be June 25th. Hopefully I get this in PR. It looks hella tropical. So I'm seeing, little birds, some blues, pinks, orange, yellows. So it seems like this is going to be a very summer colorful palette. And I'm here for all of it. Yeah. Okay. The guessing game for this starts on June 17th. So I really hope that this is being shipped to me because I love the Nomad formula and I'm always for a nice like tropical inspired palette. So I wonder where they went though. Which destination? And I'm going to talk about some things that came out a while back, but I didn't get a chance to talk about it because I just want to. So Pat McGrath has a new Dramatique Mega Lip Pencil. I actually want one of these. I think that lip pencils are such a cool idea because it's just so easy to fill it in. It's like a crayon, you're just drawing it in. They're $29 each, which not bad. Lipsticks nowadays are retailing for the $35 price point. So I think that this is probably cheaper than market. I don't know how much products is in there, so something to consider. But I kind of want one of these just to try. It's not the most exciting release from Pat McGrath at all by any means, but I will say that I am very, very interested in this. It looks like Huda has a new blush. This looks like it's one of those liquid blushes. $21 a piece. That's not bad. That's a really decent price point. This looks cute. It looks also like lightweight in terms of kind of like more natural and not as intense as like the Rare Beauty and the Juvia's Place in terms of pigment. It looks like this is almost like a light version of those types of blushes. So that's interesting. I'm intrigued. And it looks like some of these actually have some glitter shimmer particles in there so that they have extra glow. That's cute. I'm not gonna lie. That's piqued my interest. That's cute. Okay, so we have a new collection from Bella Beauty Bar. Bella Beauty Bar is a brand that I've heard a lot of things, like good things about in the indie community. But they're also one of the more expensive indie brands, so I haven't really been drawn to them because of the pricing. But anyways, they have an entirely new collection that's available now. There are lip glosses that are $16, a liquid blush, or 5 liquid blushes, I should say, that are $14, and the lip glosses are 12 shades. There is a lip balm for $14, a blush highlighter single, I guess that's a dual thing, I don't know, but that's $22, and apparently it can be used on the face, cheek, and eyes. There's a eye and face brush set for $55. That's really cheap. So 18 brushes for $55. Wow. That's actually very, very cheap. I did not expect that. And it's all synthetic hair. But yeah. And that's all available now. So let me know if you guys are planning to pick anything up. That's not terribly priced, considering that their palettes can be pretty up there. That's not bad at all. So DD Signature, this is another indie brand. It's black owned, and I feel like they've been getting a lot of attention recently. And I've heard good things about the mattes in this brand. They did reach out to me and send me this collection. This is their Sweet Aesthetics collection. So it is an all matte eyeshadow palette that I would say are like pastels, but for chocolate people, pastels for deeper complexions. So I'm actually quite interested and excited to try this because it's very hard to find pastels that work on us. They all tend to end up looking very, very ashy. So it's an all matte palette. But in addition to that, there's also a primer or eyeshadow base collection. And these are all colored bases, which I think is great and very complimentary because one of the ways in which deeper complexions get things to show up on us that are those kind of pastel colors is we go in with an eyeshadow base. So I think this is smart, especially for a black-owned brand. The palette itself is only $28. Thank you, Jesus. The bases are $9.99 a piece. There is also a rainbow pigment. I'm guessing it could be a highlighter and eyeshadow, whatever it is you want it to be, but that's $14.99. And this is all going to launch June 10th, which I think is tomorrow. I do have the collection. I just haven't done anything with it yet. I guess I need to like play around and figure out how to use it. I've never used like colored bases. So never used colored bases. And when it comes to all matte shadows, I don't exactly do all matte looks. So I'm excited. I'm excited to play and just try. And considering that people seem to really enjoy the matte formula of DD Signature, I'm really looking forward to it. We have a restock from Wicked Widow Beauty. This is their Crow palette. I'm not gonna lie, this looked hella good. I love those red shades in there. I'm a sucker for a good red orange eyeshadow. So this to me seems very, very like on par with what I would love, because you get reds, you get some neutrals, and then you can go pretty grungy on either end of the spectrum, whether that be grungy red, grungy neutral, some blacks, some grays, all of that. So they're restocking it. It's a 8 to 12 week pre-order, and I don't know what the price of this is. Hold on, let's see. $60 if you use the code WICKED. So it's probably more than $60. Wicked will bring down the price. It's 8 mattes, 1 shimmer, 3 multi-chromes, and 4 dual-chromes. It's cute. I mean, it looks like a good palette. I'm not, again, you guys know, I'm not in the market for anything new really right now. Okay, let's talk about the new Natasha Denona collection. So, you all know Natasha used to do these giant palettes back in the day that were $129. I don't think she's done one in a very, very, very long time. So I think she settled on her midi palettes. So what I think this was smart is she's actually revamping one of her OGs, which is her gold palette, into the golden palette. So it's in the midi formula, in the midi format, I should say. So, but in addition to the golden palette, it's a whole golden collection. So the golden palette is going to be $69. It's 15 shades. One thing you should know is that I believe 9 of these shades are repeats from the original gold palette. So if you have the gold, I don't think you necessarily need this. I have gold. I'm not planning to pick this up. But if you didn't and you love gold eyeshadow, this might be the one for you. I do think that there also might be some slight tweaks to the formula. I know she's come up with this new wet looking formula in recent years, so even if you have gold, I think you can probably anticipate that this one will be slightly more elevated, whether it be because of like time. I mean, the gold palette is pretty old at this point, so it's definitely expired, so you can expect probably better performance from this one. But I wouldn't say go out and buy it if you already have gold. Anyways, in addition to the palette, there's a highlighter trio that's going to be $55. You get 3 highlighters. That's not bad for the amount of highlighters that you get. Also, it'd be great for travel, but like, I just feel like we all have more than enough highlighters. There's also a shimmering lip plumper that's going to be $29. And this is all, it seems to all be available everywhere. So you can get this at Sephora, Ulta, on the Natasha Denona website, all that fun jazz. I do have a code with Natasha Denona. It's just Jamila. It'll save you 15% off if you do want to pick it up. And yeah, if you do, let me know. Let me know if you guys plan on picking this up and how you feel about it. We talked about the e.l.f. lip gloss with SPF. Now it also seems that they have a lip plumping gloss, which is also $7. I don't like these lip plumpers. I mean, it's not just that I don't like them, I don't need them. I got big lips already, so there's no need for me to get that. So I'm not even gonna waste time on it. This is another release that has been kind of getting people excited. I don't know why, because I don't like this. This is the Nars Laguna Ultimate Face Palette. So it looks like this is meant to be used face and eyes. I personally despise palettes like this because there's no way that this works for everyone, and it works for a very select group of people. And then what happens is that people with deeper complexions are more often than not excluded, and we don't get to use the products. So I'm not interested in this because I know it's just not going to work for me. But let me talk about it. It is a limited edition all-in-one face palette that features eyeshadow, bronzers, and a highlighter, and is inspired by NARS' iconic shade Laguna. Oh, it has 2 palettes. Okay, maybe I have to eat my words. So there's a light to medium palette and then a medium to deep palette. Okay, at least they gave us 2. What's in the medium to deep? Okay, this medium to deep one could work. Wait, now I do think I might want this. That medium one looks nice. Okay, so, and it retails for $59. Cool. So, in the light to medium, you get Laguna Bronzer in 2 and 4. And in the medium to deep, you get Laguna Bronzer in 6 and 8. Okay, not bad. Good on them. $59, that's also not bad considering it's meant to be an all-in-one face and eye. It's a very, very warm palette though, so if you don't like warm shades, you like, it is what it is. But you see, Tasha, this is what you do. You give us a light and a medium and a medium and a deep. Just saying. Just saying. Please take note, Tasha. Okay, I don't want to go too far back, so I'm going to just talk about one more thing and then I'm done. And that is the Lethal and Avatar collection. Y'all, we waited forever and a day for that collection to launch. And when it launched, it was a hot mess. And I don't think this is any fault of Lethal's. You know, y'all broke the People Dem website. It sold out like crazy. I was honestly trying to shop it through the Camera Ready Cosmetics website because Camera Ready Cosmetics is a US-based retailer, which means that everything would ship faster and I wouldn't have to worry about like the exchange rate or anything like that. Lethal is based in Germany and it's going to take longer to ship. It just was a thing. But by the time I was ready to shop in Camera Ready Cosmetics, because you know, it released at a time where most of us are at work and I was in a meeting and I just couldn't do anything about it. So by the time I was like, yeah, let me go get it, it was sold out. So I went to the Lethal website. Lethal was broken. And then they did this queue thing, which also wasn't the best. But I understand why, because the collection is actually really nice. They did a good job. And this is what I mean by, like, if you're going to do a collection, commit, you guys. Do it and do it well. So let's talk about what's in the collection. There are 4 palettes to represent the 4 elements. So earth, fire, water, earth, and air. I picked up all 4 palettes because I couldn't decide, and I think that they all look really nice. I think the swatches in all of them looked absolutely amazing. In addition to the elements palette, there are eyeliner sets. And there's an eyeliner set to represent each of the elements, essentially. So there's Aang, Katara, Toph, and Zuko. So air, water, earth, and fire. Then there's a single highlighter. That's the White Lotus highlighter, which I think makes a ton of sense. It does seem a little bit icy, though. I'm not going to lie. I don't think it's the most universal highlighter. I think it would have been better if they had done, like, 2 highlighters. Like, the White Lotus is the secret society of old people. That's what we're going to call them. But there were other secret societies, like the Sun Warriors. That could have been its own highlighter. Or, you know, the Kyoshi Warriors. That could have been its own. Anyways. Then there's the Team Azula lipsticks. Now, each of these lipsticks are red. I wanted them, but, like, I don't need another red lipstick. But we have one for Azula, Mai, and Ty Lee. There's a single glitter gel for Sokka. I'm so glad that Sokka gets his own. Because on Team Avatar, he's the only non-bender. He's the comedic relief in the show. He's just a vibe. And funny enough, like, he's the actual leader. I think a lot of people assume that Aang is, like, team leader. Because he's the Avatar. But when you really, really think about it, it was all, like, Sokka. It was all Sokka. He's a clown, for sure. But, like, he was actually very good at keeping the team together and, like, coming up with, like, the strategies and whatnot. So, I'm glad he gets his own thing because even though he wasn't a bender, he was crucial. Then, there's the Appa makeup bag. This was the only other thing I purchased outside of the palettes because it was just so darn cute. I'm not going to use it as a makeup bag because it's white and, you know, white plus makeup just is a terrible combination. I'll be quite frank. Especially considering that it's like white fuzzy material. But it was just so stupid cute. I was like, there's no way. And I think that was actually the first thing to sell out on Camera Ready Cosmetics. And I don't know if I said this, but the White Lotus highlighter was $19. The Azula lipsticks are $15 each. The Sokka glitter gel is $21. The Appa makeup bag is $23. And then lastly, there is a makeup sponge that's representative of the Cabbage Guy. That's $7, which he definitely deserved. That man went through everything. He deserved his own thing. And it makes sense to, like, that's an easy thing to throw in. Some cabbage sponge, some sponge-shaped cabbages. No. Some cabbage-shaped sponges. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to end there because I think that was the most exciting thing that I've seen, honestly, in the past month. Even though I haven't done these new makeup releases, I haven't wanted anything other than the Avatar release. So maybe it's just the phase that I'm in where I'm not, like, super excited by any of the new releases. Or it's just that they're not putting out anything super exciting. But anyways, let me scooch back into the middle. So I'm really excited to get back to filming these on a more consistent basis, you guys. And I'm really excited to hear from you on how you feel about all of the new makeup releases hitting the market. Let me know down in the comments below if there's something that I did not talk about that you wanted me to talk about, because I'm always happy to go back and fill in where I, like, didn't address things. As always, thank you so much for watching, supporting today's video. I appreciate you guys so much more than you know. And I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.